Winston Churchill once said, "History with its flickering lamp stumbles along the trail of the past, trying to reconstruct its scenes, to revive its echoes and kindle with pale gleams the passion of former days." Historians are model makers. It is impossible to recapture the past in its entirety. Once we try to recreate the past, we are constrained by abstraction, interpretation and generalisation. This problem is also found in the words that we use to describe such remembered experience. Take for example the words battle, melee, encounter and skirmish. By replacing the abstract term battle with the word melee or the word encounter and pogrom, these words may be employed to describe a clash of arms, but each brings with it a different connotation. Each provides a different slanting on the events that took place. Words create categories that steer understanding and as such can be considered as primal models of historical reconstruction. The model creator will be influenced by the linguistic, cultural and syntactical character of the language system employed to create the model. Just as an artist may create a likeness of a person's face with oils, pastels or charcoal, the historian is limited by his or her medium of expression when it comes to producing historical models. Each medium brings strengths and weaknesses to the process of interpretation. The materials to create historical models will by their very nature leave their imprint on the model that is derived. Models may vary from rudimentary and simple expressions to highly sophisticated quasi-real representations of experience. Because a model is simple does not necessarily make it less useful than a more sophisticated one. Simplicity has the advantage that it can make highly complex experiences more manageable and easier to digest. The concepts of brick and mortar are very useful if one wishes to make a brick fence. However, a chemist may find these descriptors far too general when it comes to the task of analysing the tensile strength and composition of baked clay and cement. Let us now consider another object taken from everyday life, an aircraft. Models of aircraft can vary from the simple folded paper plane to that of a life-sized mock-up. Consider some of the possibilities. A pencil sketch, a plasticine model, a cartoon, a photograph, a plastic or balsa wood model, a sound tape recording, an infrared scan, etc. It also has the advantage that from a distance it may appear in many respects like the real thing if it is a life-size mock-up or a scale model. However, if one were to attempt to throw a plastic aeroplane through the air, for example, it would probably crash to the ground and break into pieces. Balsa wood is much more common construction medium for flyable models, but in the process it loses some of the realism of its plastic cousin. Models can be fashioned from anything that can interact with one or more of the 5 physical senses. A recorded speech, for example, abstracts the audible dimension from an original human experience to create a model of that experience. Taste can be used to help build empathy with a bygone era, for example by sharing a Roman feast. Touch can be used to build understanding through examining a historical relic, such as an ancient coin, fibular brooch or a musket ball. Models of historical memory touch us at 3 levels: the physical, the emotional and the spiritual. A painting can sometimes capture what a real-life interview with a witness to an event cannot. A taped interview can capture what the words of a book have difficulty expressing. Understanding model craft is therefore at the core of what it means to understand history. The study of the process of history model formation is called historiography. It is the master key to unlocking the true nature of history. An idea can only be evaluated by a higher idea. Historiography examines the blueprint on which the historian builds.